Let me show you the best way to make your bed. The first thing I like to do is put on a mattress pad or topper. Now the nice thing about these is usually they're pretty loose fitting, so they go on quick and easy. Now there are a variety of different types and kinds on the market. It really doesn't matter what one you choose. Some cool you down, others will make your bed a little bit more comfy, but the main goal is to use one so you protect your mattress. Because let's be real, these are way easier to clean than your mattress. All you have to do is take it off, throw it in the washing machine, and you're good to go. A quick pro tip is it's nice to invest in a second mattress topper if possible. That way you always have a clean one on hand. The next step is to put on our fitted sheet. Now these can be a little bit of a challenge. I swear some days it feels like a wrestling match, especially if you have a very thick mattress or maybe even it's next to the wall. But there are a few tips I like to use to make it a little bit easier. The first thing I like to do is look for the tag on the fitted sheet. You'll notice mine here have a super handy top or bottom tag, and these make sure that you put it on the right way every single time. Now, if you don't have a tag like that, not to worry. All fitted sheets will have a tag somewhere in the corner. So once you locate that, make sure to put this corner on the bottom right-hand side of the bed, and your fitted sheet will go on the right way every time. The second thing I like to do is put it on in a U-shaped pattern. This keeps it from slipping off while I'm trying to put it on, and I'm able to pull it nice and tight. Now, sometimes the last corner of the fitted sheet can be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you have a very thick mattress. But my grandma showed me this tip many years ago. I don't know, I think I was like 10 years old or something. We were doing a job changing a ton of beds at a cabin, and this was a total game changer for me. Just place your hand inside of the fitted sheet like so, then grab the edge of the mattress kind of like a bear claw, then you can easily pull down the rest of the fitted sheet. Now, a mistake I've made in the past when buying new sheets is I didn't measure the depth of my mattress. Then I would get the fitted sheet and I just couldn't get it on, or I'd get it on and it'd easily pop off. So the next time you buy some sheets, just make sure to measure your mattress. That way you know the proper depth of sheets to buy. It's usually good to have about 4 inches underneath the sheet. That way it's never going to come off. The third step is to put on a flat sheet. Now, some people love them, other people hate them, but in my house, we like to use one. Now, the first thing I like to do is locate the top of the flat sheet. Now, this is usually pretty easy because most of them will have a nice wide hem at the top. Now, when putting the flat sheet on the bed, we're gonna make sure to put it face down. I also like to pull it up a few inches past the top of the mattress to have a little bit more to work with up there and make sure it's even on all sides. Now, when it comes to tucking in the flat sheet, there's a few different ways you can do this. Personally, we don't like ours super tight, otherwise we feel like we're like constricted in bed. So we just loosely tuck it all around and don't really worry about the corners here. But if you want it to be really tight, stay in place, and not move around, I suggest using a hospital corner. To do one of those, what you have to do is tuck in all the flat sheet at the foot of the bed. Then we're gonna come to one of the corners, we're gonna grab it here, we're gonna pull it up at about a 45-degree angle. Now the goal here is to have it kind of look like a triangle. Now, full disclosure, I am by no means a pro at these. I don't know, I just always struggled. I know how to do them, but they just never come out quite right. So once we have the 45-degree angle here and the triangle on top, we're gonna come through here, make sure this is nice and straight, and then tuck in the bottom. Just smooth this out a little bit, make sure everything's nice and snug. Sometimes it's good just to give it a quick tug here. That way this corner is gonna look nice. So now that we feel like that is all nice, we're gonna grab the triangle on top here and just fold it over. We wanna keep this seam here in place as much as possible because that's gonna give us our nice finished look. So we're just gonna pull it down. I kind of put my hand there and then pull it down here and then just tuck it in to the mattress like so. Just kind of smooth it out here. Does mine look perfect? It looks so-so, I would say, but this is really gonna help keep this in place and keep it snug down here, and that's the main thing we're worried about. And just come through and tuck everything else all in along the side of the bed here, and there you have it, a hospital corner. Now these are tricky and you're not gonna get it right the first time, but don't worry, stick with it. I believe in you, you got this. The fourth step is to lay down your comforter, quilt, or if you're like us, your duvet. Now, we do like to wash our duvet cover at least once a month, and these can be very tricky. Here's how I like to put the duvet cover on. First, turn your duvet cover inside out and lay it evenly across the bed, and make sure that the opening is at the bottom. Next, take the duvet insert and lay it evenly across the bed on top of the cover. Now, when it comes to tying down the corners, this is a very important step. You wanna make sure to do this, but don't do it too tight because sometimes it can be really hard to get off, or if they're too tight, it can also cause them to rip. Now the last step sounds a little more tricky than it is, but stick with me. What we're gonna do is go in through the opening of the duvet cover and grab the top right and left corner and pull those towards you. By doing so, this turns the duvet cover right side out and brings the insert along with it. So now that the duvet cover is on, what I like to do is lay it out evenly across the bed, making sure the button, or if you have zippers, are at the bottom. Then pull the flat sheet and the comforter down about 6 to 12 inches. I also like to fold the flat sheet into the comforter, giving it a nice clean edge. The last step is to place our pillows on the bed. It's best to start by placing your sleeping pillows against your headboard or wall with the opening facing the middle, so that way you have a nice clean edge. Then place your decorative pillows in front. Now, some people love the look of a good quick chop. That's totally up to you. Personally, I like to do it just because it's fun. Now, because I live in Wisconsin, the winters get pretty cold, so I do like to add a throw blanket to the end of our bed. That way we have it if we need it. And there you have it. I think the bed turned out great. Thanks so much for watching as always, and if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I also need to give a huge shout out to the Clean Squad members over on our Patreon. Thank you so much for continuing to support Clean That Up. If you want to join us over there, click the link down in the description, and as always, I'll see you in the next clean.